When it comes to the UEE Marine Corps, history and myth mix freely. While much is known about the most elite branch of the UEE military, other aspects remain a fixture of public speculation and imagination, such as their famously secretive recruitment process. As Lieutenant Colonel Marcus Estes wrote in his History of the Branch, Always Forward, no one applies to be a Marine. Instead, recruits are culled from Army and Navy ranks based on an elusive criteria of attributes and skills. Remarkably, the full operational directives of the Marines remain a mystery to most. While most of the public knows that Marines are deployed aboard Navy vessels to provide protection, and others train extensively in planetary invasion operations, mission specifics aren't common knowledge. Only the duties of the 1st Marine Battalion, which is charged with protecting the Imperator, has pierced the public consciousness. Truth be told, Marine commanders probably prefer it that way. Then came the Historical Truth Act of 2941. Originally intended to shed light on how the Messer regime abused government power, it also revealed previously unknown information about the Marines and their operations. Within this vast trove of information, a previously unheralded platoon quickly caught the attention of historians. As a part of the Special Operation Force 2nd Battalion Bravo Company, the 6th Platoon repeatedly distinguished itself. Whether as part of major operations during the Second Tavaran War, or completing highly classified missions, the 6th Platoon Phantoms proved themselves to be an elite unit consistently called upon when the Empire needed them most. The UEE military separated the Marines from under the Army's supervision into their own branch following a 2558 study that showed their specialised skills were severely underutilised during the First Tavaran War. Decades later, this theory was put into practice with the outbreak of the Second Tavaran War. Warlord Korathal employed asymmetrical warfare against the larger and better equipped UEE military to gain an advantage. Their forces remained mobile and often attacked unsuspecting civilian settlements and ships far from the front lines, spreading fear and forcing the UEE to deploy their military over larger areas to be able to react with any kind of effectiveness. This was both a smart strategy and a necessity. The Tavaran had lost their homeworld of Kaleith, now known as Elysium, in the First Tavaran War, and lacked a planet-side location from which to coordinate their operations. Yet they might have gained one early in the war were it not for the 6th Platoon. In 2604, the UEE military struggled to counteract the Tavaran's guerrilla tactics. Amidst the disarray, militia members spotted a Tavaran force approaching Hyperion and sent scans to the Navy. Without any kind of military presence in the Fora system, High Command feared the worst, only to grow curious when no attack happened. Suspecting that this was potentially a diversionary tactic, High Command deployed the 6th Platoon to covertly investigate. They discovered that a Tavaran force had discreetly set up a staging post on the planet far away from Shoal to avoid detection. The 6th monitored transmissions and realised that this command centre was being used to plan and coordinate operations across the Empire. Fearful that sending a message to command might alert the Tavaran to their presence, the 6th ordered comm silence and waited for the next large hyperclay storm to sweep through the area. As these were fairly common in the area, they didn't have long to wait. Using the storm to cover their approach, the 6th quickly took control of the base and eliminated all Tavaran enemies without a single loss of marine life. Thanks to their lethal efficiency, they were able to seize massive amounts of Tavaran intelligence, including hideout locations, weapons caches, and personnel manifests. High Command was able to use this intel to thwart numerous upcoming attacks on the UEE. From this operation, the platoon took the nickname that's still with them to this day, the Phantoms. They also became High Command's most trusted unit for delicate operations. When the Vandal threat first presented itself, the 6th was again called into action. The Phantoms rotated through various systems that were suffering raids and repeatedly distinguished itself. For centuries, the 6th seizure of the Tavaran base remained their most famous engagement, even though the Historical Truth Act would later reveal many other operations that were just as, if not more, incredible. While the Phantom's bravery when facing down bloodthirsty enemies is unquestioned, the platoon has also proven capable of pulling off the most sensitive clandestine operations. The full extent of their covert operations remains classified today, but one never-before-acknowledged mission was recently revealed. On May 3rd, 2812, a brilliant but disturbed scientist named Dr. Fael declared the planet Lea 2 would sever all connection with the wider universe. Originally hired by the terraforming firm Hatfield and Harding to make the planet habitable, he became obsessed with keeping the planet pure and convinced the workers to join his cause and reject anything or anyone not of the world they now called Maya. Hatfield and Harding were furious and insisted that the UAE government intervene. The UAE refused, noting that Lea was still an unclaimed system and not under their legal jurisdiction. Still conscious of the recently disposed Mesa regime's legacy, the new government was reluctant to push their agenda on those not under its authority. Yet the UAE had a problem that might force its hand. A government survey team had been dispatched to Lea 2 to appraise the terraforming operations as part of Hatfield and Harding's push to make the system an official part of the UAE, and they were now trapped planetside, unable to communicate with the outside universe. While publicly insisting that they wouldn't get involved, the UAE government secretly enlisted the Phantoms to locate and extract the survey team. The 6th Platoon knew that a situation with so many variables required a versatile ship, so they launched using the Valkyrie, a state-of-the-art anvil ship that had only recently been introduced to the UAE fleet. It was a wise decision that paid off once they discovered that the situation on Lea 2 was far worse than expected. A bloody conflict had erupted between Hatfield and Harding's security forces and Fael's loyalists, who had begun to call themselves outsiders. Upon approaching the planet's surface, the 6th Platoon's Valkyries came under fire from both sides of the conflict. They quickly diverted their flight path, unwilling to engage with either side. Instead, the Phantoms discreetly dropped Tumbrel C-Series vehicles to sweep through the survey sites and help ascertain the team's position. Unbeknownst to the Marines, the survey team had been hiding inside an illegal mine opened by Dr. Fael. After days of trying, the survey team figured out how to hack the comms system to send an emergency message. The 6th Platoon picked up the signal and raced to their position, but they weren't the only ones. The outsiders and the Hatfield and Harding security forces had also heard it. All three forces converged at the outpost, with the 6th Platoon managing to safely extract the entire team while under heavy fire from all sides. Since the mission records were declassified, historians have studied every last detail of their Lea 2 engagement. From the impressively low casualty rate to the improvised tactical response, the incredible rescue has captured the imagination of thousands. Many wonder how many more daring covert ops the Phantoms have completed, but the government continues to keep classified. Already, numerous additional petitions have been sent requesting the release of further records to allow a full telling of their history. The 6th Platoon is currently deployed to the Vandal front, though the government won't disclose what their specific operational theatre is. Considering the 6th's past activity and illustrious history, it's fair to say their mission is an important one. The Phantoms may not be as famous as Squadron 42 or even the 1st Marine Battalion, but history has shown that they have been instrumental in protecting the Empire. Simply, the 6th Platoon embodies the Marines' ethos to serve the greater good and provide protection without requiring recognition.
It's 2023. There's no need for a VPN like NordVPN, right? In the modern era. Wrong! What's this, a Silent Hill styled ad? No, due to copyright, it's actually a Quiet Mound ad. But that siren means that someone's got my browsing data and hacked all my sanity away at Starbucks. Oh no, that guy's got a triangle on his head. Ah! I've never had a Silent Hill incident while using nordvpn.com/BoredGamer. By God, can you risk not having it? Well, probably, but why take the chance? NordVPN can help you access more content on the internet from more countries in a safer and more private way. It's an essential tool in your arsenal in 2023 against the legally distinct triangle head. Check out the links below for one hell of a deal. Every month we have a ship giveaway. For March, we are giving away an Argo Raft, the mighty little hauler that could. Soon, it should be able to make use of its 32 SCU cargo boxes, but in Alpha 3.18, it's going to have to make you some serious Alpha UEC from cargo hauling. It also comes with a game package and lifetime insurance, all you need to get started in your Star Citizen career. Thank you so much for watching this video and supporting the channel. Please consider becoming a YouTube member with the join button under our videos or using the links below Patreon. It really goes the extra mile to support us making daily content for Star Citizen. If you liked the video, be sure to like and subscribe and share it with your space friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the verse.